Hello there. Nice slice here, coming at you from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. True North, strong and free. Well, today is July 1st, and that is Canada Day. So we will be celebrating Canada's birthday today. I believe it's 159 years old. And Mrs. Slice and I are going to shortly get ready to go. We're going to head out for the day and enjoy some of the festivities and celebrate true Canadian fashion. We're going to go for waffles. Huh? So, anyhow, before I go today, I just wanted to do a video to celebrate my Canadian made knives. I did one last year. And if you watch my channel, you'll know that I had a small number of Canadian made knives. Just showing off some of my Canadian stickers here from my other fellow Canadian YouTubers. And this, of course, is Fehr Fireworks, knife maker out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. There's some of my Blades Canada stickers. That's a good one from Easter. I like that one. There's JD Knives and Custom Works out of Fort St. John. There's another Blades Canada for Vosteed promotion there. This is a Cheap Flavor, is a punk rock band out of Vancouver. If you ever get a chance to see them, they're fantastically entertaining. I would highly recommend seeing them. There's my latest Blades Canada sticker. So I'll give you a quick look at my workbench here this morning. So I've got some of my channel stickers. Those are the last ones I have. I'm going to get some better quality ones. I wasn't happy with those ones this time. I need some better quality. But got Elwood standing with my Eddies, my Angus. There's the back of the board. There's when I was younger, I was part of that association. There's a KGB. That is the local artist who did my coaster there. Run into her once in a while at farmers markets and at public markets. Let her know that I use her work on my channel quite often. And of course, the maple leaf. That's what we're going to be celebrating today. I have my little tiny bucket from Canadian Tire. No Canadian workbenches, complete unless you have a tiny bucket from Canadian Tire. So anyhow, on to the knives. So last year, my Canadian made knives consisted of these three Grohmanns and my bake apple from Kyle Noseworthy in Newfoundland. Well, as you can see, my collection has expanded quite a bit. So let's go down the line here. This is my Grohmann Deer and Moose with water buffalo handle. It's quite a large knife. I really like the design on this one. This, of course, again is a factory second. But you can see that knife is very well made. For a factory second, I've got no complaints. This one is not a factory second. I picked this one up from a company in Saskatchewan. They had a great deal on it. Free shipping to my door was less than what I could get it from Grohmann. I guess they'd had it kicking around for a while and they still had their original price tag on it. So I love new old stock deals, but this thing is awesome. That's I believe it's the 101 standard Skinner. Yeah, that's it. Fantastic. and is the black micarta handle on this one. This is the Deep Woods Hunter. The rosewood and brass, white micarta spacers. Terrific knife. Great design on this one. Look at that. The brass gives it that heft in the handle. Good for those draw cuts. Good for skinning. This one's good for poking holes in the hide so you can get your fingers in there. And again, factory second, but I can't see anything wrong with this knife. There was a little scuff on the brass. Maybe that's what caused it to be right there. I think that's the issue. Instead of polishing out, they just put it on the factory list, second list, and now it's in British Columbia, all the way across the country. This also is not a second. This is the 103 short bladed skinner, right? So there's the standard skinner. There's the short bladed skinner. Handle construction is the same. Handle might even be a little bit longer on this one. It's got a wider blade. Shorter blade, of course, but another great design by Grohmann. And this is the rosewood handle. These are the three I showed last year on my channel. So this is the original G.H. Russell Grohmann belt knife, world famous Canadian belt knife with the water buffalo handle. This is the bird and trout with the extra, they call it extra wine resin wood handle, so just stabilized wood. And this is the Grohmann that got me going. This is the first one I ever purchased last year. It was a throw-in with a Boker knife I purchased. And I've since sold that Boker, but I kept this thing. Because why not? Now I have two of the folding lockbacks. This is the full size. You can see it's a good size knife. And it is fantastic. This also is not a factory second knife. I bought this at a scratch and dent because it had a little tiny minuscule crack in the handle, which I put some crazy glue on. But this thing is a beautiful knife. And then I had to go and purchase this. This is the factory second. This is the mini lockback. The stag handle, brass liners. Fantastic knife. So in the last year, I've gone from 3 Grohmanns to, 9 or 10. I did send our friend Andrew down at Baxter's Blade in California. I sent him a little Grohmann lock blade, lightweight. Otherwise I would have one more on the table here today, but that knife is now in California for a little Canadian content down there. Oh, here's one more. Sorry, I did forget. This is the mini skinner. Again, another wonderfully designed knife by Grohmann. Get a full grip on that little knife. Could do a lot of work with that little blade. Flat grind, stainless. This is the EDC by Fehr Fireworks. Knife maker is Grayson Fehr, Winnipeg, Manitoba. There you go. Made in Canada. Great little knife again. Get all 4 fingers on that knife. Tiny little bit of a recurve in there. AEBL steel on this. Terrific blade. Again, the Bake Apple's been on my channel a couple of times. This is made by Kyle Noseworthy, way on the other end of the country in Newfoundland. See if we can get that on there. Lighting's not the best this morning. It's a little overcast. There we go. KN Knives, the maple leaf. I did strop that edge yesterday. She's shining. Great little knife to Bake Apple. This one I purchased at a flea market earlier this year. This was from a local company in Vancouver, very near to me. This is the Ultimate Equipment 1911 with genuine pistol grip handle with the S30V steel. Very unique to my collection. Cool knife. Hard to find these days. Then of course, this is the JD Knives and Custom Work Swamper that I had built custom. Just received this, I think last month. I raved about it for days and days. Didn't sleep. Just ran around showing people. Look at my knife, look at my knife. This is a beautiful piece here. The black walnut mosaic pins. Gun blued D2 steel. 3.5 inch blade. Look at that plunge grind. Sharp as all get out with the tapered spine. Copper liners. Fantastic. This is the North Arm Knives Mallard. They put a lanyard hole on it, which turns this paring knife into an outdoor knife. Comes with a Kydex sheath. This is Magna Cut steel. This thing slices like a razor blade, I'll tell you. I love this little knife. So those are my made in Canada knives. My collection has grown quite a bit. I do have a bottle opener made by a fellow up in Armstrong, British Columbia. Blue Dog Forge. Cool little piece. We were in a cafe for breakfast and he had some stuff in a display case for sale, so I bought that. Thought it was pretty neat. And of course, this gets an honorable mention today. It is a made in the U.S. Gerber, but it was made as a presentation knife for somebody from Canada Safeway. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll throw that in as an honorable mention. So to all my fellow Canadians out there today, please celebrate safely. Let's have some fun. We all got to work tomorrow. It is, we get the day off, but everybody got to go back to work tomorrow. So happy Canada Day. There you have it.